everybody. This is Allie Burnett with the Buyer's Box podcast. Today we have Chris Gurnee on our show from EXP out in in Seattle, right?
I'm in Seattle, Washington. It's the bipolar capital weather. I feel like one minute it's 75 degrees, the next minute it's snowing. So much fun.
That's crazy. I actually saw something today that I guess there's one little part of Washington that's actually connected to Canada, and I was like so shocked by that.
It's wild. It's wild. We're like it feels like sometimes you're just like a stone's throw away from that place. Amazing spot. But thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you so much. Can you tell everybody a little bit about your team and your real estate journey?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a team of 26 agents, seven lenders, about six ISAs right now. I've been at DXP for 6 years. My significant other is actually the operations manager, believe it or not. It works out for sure. It's sometimes hard, but you know what? If it was easy, I think everybody would do it, and not everybody's willing to do the hard things. Been in business for 23 years. My career started at Windermere, and that was after an 11-year career in Nordstrom. So I
Okay.
spent 11 years selling shoes, went to Windermere, spent 3 years there, and then the market decided to crash, believe it or not. And when that happened, I had to figure out how to do what they call short sales. I had no idea. So I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have any training on it. Figured out how to do short sales, and then the market got worse. Figured out how to do bankruptcy sales. Market got even worse. And there's a thing called REO, which is a bank owned.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured out who was assigning those. And the way I did that, I just went to Google and just started asset manager. Who's in charge? Who makes the decisions? And I would sit in my basement and send hundreds of emails every week to random
Wow.
strangers to get an opportunity. And I then did, got an opportunity. And then I started talking to local banks here and got through the door to talk to, some asset managers there and got hired by a couple local banks and credit unions and started selling a lot of homes and made a decision to buy the company I was working at. I kind of gave them an ultimatum, but bought it. Um, they
That's
had, we had,
business.
yeah, right. We had 20 agents, and through word of mouth, we grew it to about 65. And
Wow.
at the height, we were running 700 transaction closings a year. And I think we probably did that for a good 10 years and then made a decision that the balance wasn't right or the harmony wasn't right. Shut it down. Went to EXP with 8 agents. Fast forward, now we have 20, what is I think that is 26 with seven lenders, multiple ISAs, huge database. We're 97% lead gen
Wow, that's
for
awesome.
for the business that we close. And now I'm in my 23rd year.
How
There's the
exciting.
background.
I didn't even know anything about the short sales and they did all that because that's tough prospecting, appointment setting, which
Yeah.
is something I want to talk about today. So we
Yeah.
talk a lot about how to set your systems up. We talk a lot about, getting the person through the funnel. And I notice a lot of agents trip up when it comes time for the ask. So what are you telling your agents? What's your insight around appointment setting?
Yeah. Yeah. So the first thing I think is really, really important is that we have to get our mindset right. And a lot of times I don't think anybody really trains a lot on mindset or kind of how do you trick yourself to do something that's really hard, where
Yeah.
you just have in your head, they're going to tell me to F off or they're going to yell at me and I don't like confrontation.
Yep.
So one of the things I like to do is it's like a little exercise. I have the agent kind of close their eyes, and everybody can do this. You can close your eyes and visualize yourself with someone you really like to spend time with, right? And you're at your favorite restaurant. You're eating your favorite food. You have your favorite drink. So for you, what would be your food that you would be eating right now? What are you eating?
Do you want to know? You want me to tell
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I do.
It's
Yeah.
me and Angie Burnett at Villa Toscana in North Myrtle Beach, eating chicken Alfredo and probably water with no lemon.
Okay. And you can see yourself with that person that you like to spend your time with, yes?
Very handsome, yes.
Okay, and you open your eyes. So right now, a couple things. You had a smile when you thought about that, which is great because you were there. And that's important because that feeling that you have, I want you not to forget about that. And I want you to write down chicken Alfredo, water with lemon.
Nah,
And
no lemon.
no
No
lemon.
lemon.
Sorry. Yeah, no lemon. My bad. And I want you to put that as a post-it and put it on your computer. Put it on your mirror, right? In your bathroom. So every day when you get up, you look at that and it's going to put you in a good mindset. And so when you go to dial, you no longer are calling this lead. You're calling that person that you were sitting with. And what you're going to do is you're going to chicken Alfredo, water with no lemon, them when you talk to them.
Love
And
it.
it makes it so much easier when you put it in that type of a context rather than, oh, I gotta call this guy. They're gonna be mad. No, if they're mad, be curious. What changed, right? Don't worry about the journey that you're gonna go on with them. Worry about the outcome that you're trying to get to, right? And what you're trying to get to is you're trying to help someone with the biggest purchase or the biggest sale of their lives. And you're their Sharma, you're their guide, right? You're their shepherd, and you're going to shepherd them through this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the first thing we do mindset. And for some people it works, some people it doesn't because they won't do it. They'll say they will and they won't. And that's fine. So it's mindset. The next part of this when we're kind of moving them through the funnel or trying to make them a client
Hmm.
is we direct them where we want them to go. We direct them where we want them to go. And everybody does this a little bit differently. The way I do it is I know a couple things. I know what the American dream is. I know usually the county that they're looking in from the city that they've signed up for. And I can give a random price range. And then I have a couple amazing loan products that I love to offer my friends and family, right? So
Okay.
when we call them and they pick up, for us, we know what the American dream is. So we start with the American dream. Hey, this is Chris Gurnee with the home search site. I don't say Zillow. I don't say Windermere. I don't say EXP because now I put myself in a box. I say home search site because it equates to all the different, it's everybody. I'm everybody now. I've been sending you amazing homes, but I haven't heard from you. I wanted to confirm the email you gave me. I read their email. That's a yes. So we got a bunch of layers of like, no, thank you, where I don't know you, where we need to be here, where they can see our face. Boom. So that's the first one. It's a yes. Okay, great. I have here you're looking for a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage, white picket fence. I'm a little older personally, so I say kind of like to leave it to Beaver House because it's warm and fuzzy, right? We're trying to chicken Alfredo and water no lemon them right now. So we want to say things that will make them laugh or lower the barriers of no thank you. They're going to either say they're going to laugh and they'll be like, oh, no, a 2 bedroom's okay. Or they're going to say, yeah, that's it. Right. So after we hit that, boom, we got another layer of like, hey, they can almost see my eyes now. Right. And I'm talking to them in a way where I'm super excited. I'm not down and out Debbie. I'm super pumped. Right. And then after that, I go into the areas. So King County for us could be Kent, Renton, whatever.
Hmm.
Maybe they signed up for Seattle. I say, hey, I've been sending you great homes, but it's in King County. Help me narrow it down to a few cities. And I already know that it's Seattle, but I'm not going to say that because I want to direct them where I know we're going. And I want to talk to them like I've been talking to them forever because they've signed up to a bazillion sites and
Yep.
they have no allegiance to anyone until they meet me, right? Because when they meet me, it's over.
That's,
I'm
yeah,
I'm
same with
I'm,
us.
I'm chicken Alfredo and water them right now, and they're loving me. So they give me the cities. Beautiful. Now I do the price point, and the price point's important because of the math to the close. Price point is important because of the math to the close. Okay. I say, and it's kind of cheesy, but trust me, just go with it because it's fun. Hey, I've been sending you home runs, but it's between 200 and a million. Everybody loves home runs, right? They do. Why don't you help me narrow it down so I can send you grand slams? And you can say whatever you want. I like to say that because every grand slams wins games.
See, we don't
And
sport. So when you said Grand Slam, my mind went to at Denny's, they have this meal
yeah,
that's called the Grand Slam.
how great is a grand slam though that when you order it, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's so tasty and it's a great deal. That's fine. Okay. So they tell you 500,000.
Okay.
Great. And of course, if you don't have a system like Follow Up Boss that records everything, you got to write it all down. We got the system, it records everything. So you don't have to write it, you can look back at the transcript. And at the end, and here's the thing, I don't ask them if they have an agent because guess what? We in our house, we think as if it's already happened. It's our mindset. So they're working with us because we're the best. And when we start our dialing, we chicken Alfredo, water no lemon. So if we're talking to our best friend, your best friend in your mind is always working with you until they tell you differently, right?
Right.
So it's important that when you pitch and you do these hard things, you have that mentality. Real quick before I let you go, I have two amazing loan products that I love to offer my friends and family. So now we're going in the friends and family zone, right? Where that's the zone of trust,
Okay.
right? Caring.
Yep.
You don't screw over friends and family. And if you do, well, you're going to feel really, really bad,
You're Frank
right?
Gallagher.
Yeah, yeah, yes. You're gonna feel terribly bad. So we then go into loan products that nobody talks about because they're too hard, and 80 to 90% of people are scared of work. They're scared of the hard things, and some of them just don't pay that well for a lender. I believe in value. I believe in offering others what most won't, right? And I believe in educating others on what most won't, right? We're not scared of hard work. And I'm very, very big on value. Huge. So one is the zero down home loan program.
Okay.
This is a program where it's a 5-hour course that we teach and we partner with our lender and we show you how to get up to 4% for your closing cost prepaid down payment. So if you have the person engaged and they hear that, they're like, oh gosh, he teaches a class, which is true. We do. Oh, I can get up to 4% for closing cost prepaid down payment. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if they're really smart and they know the math, well, they said 500,000 for the purchase price, up to 4%. That's $20,000, right? So the agent has to get that math down a little bit. So the agent then should follow up with, gosh, where else can you go where you can work with an agent like me and partner with my lender and we can show you how to make up to $20,000 for 5 hours of your time. How much value is that? Pretty valuable, right? I don't think the president makes $4,000 an hour. Do you, Allie?
No politics on this podcast.
I don't,
Just
I
kidding.
don't, I don't, well, no, like you could say whatever you want. I don't know a
Sure.
plastic
I'm just
surgeon
kidding.
that makes, yeah, I don't know a plastic surgeon that makes up to $4,000 an hour. Do you, Allie? Right? I don't know an attorney that makes up to $4,000 an hour. Do you? This is how
Okay.
not,
Yeah.
yeah, th- it's guiding them to where you know the answer. If somebody says, "Oh, I don't want to learn how to do that."
I
Okay,
don't want to
yeah,
make money.
yeah, okay, neither do I. Just agree with them. It's gonna knock their socks off. Hey, I agree with you. This other loan product that I have, it's amazing, and most people don't talk about it because it could take up to 45 days to close. And I'm not scared about that. I'm all about value and helping people. The 203K loan program is a program where I partner with my lender and we get you your first loan to purchase the home. Then we set up a secondary loan, which is a construction loan. They deal with helping you get a contractor and paying the draws. And you can take, that home and let's for say you want to put a man cave in there, right? And you love the dolphins. I'm your guy. I can show you the way. You don't have to lift a finger. Let's say you want to keep your wife happy and you want to put a powder room in, right? And make it perfect for her. I'm your guy. You don't have to lift a finger. And I do say this, and because I like to shock at the end, and I'll say, maybe you have a mother-in-law and you can't stand her
Oh
and
my
she's
God.
but you want to keep her happy and she loves Elvis Presley and you want to paint the outside of the home pink. I could make that happen for you and you don't have to lift a finger. And you know what? Don't worry about those pretty pressed khakis I know you're wearing. Not an ounce of pink paint's gonna get on them.
Oh my God.
I'm that corny. Now, not everybody will say that, but I will tell you
I love it.
the pitch is not it's not an LP. It's kind of like an LP Mama, but if you listen to the whole way I spoke, think as if it's already happened and you direct them where you want them to go, but then you're telling a story where you laughed a couple of times. I did bring up I said the president make money, which is it's kind of it's like, oh God, we're not doing I'm just saying I don't think he makes that kind of money. Do you? Shoot, let's go. And
Oh
and
my
it's
gosh. You're in
and
a
it's
blue state, right? We're in a red state out here. So like,
yeah. Yeah. But see, they're gonna love that. It doesn't matter. Even a blue state, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm not talking about politics. I'm just talking about the facts. The dude probably works more hours than who knows what. He
I
never
know.
sleeps.
I'm just
But
giving you a hard time.
yeah, no, no, no. And but you see, it doesn't bother me. I'm like, that this is what it is. I'm just directing to the finish line. And if it's a lose, here's the thing: win, lose, or draw. This is the other thing that's important because I didn't push on this in the beginning in my career because I was so fast paced on just finding the bottom line people and moving forward. You also
Hmm.
have to bridge the gap of people not ready now and build a pipeline so you're constantly closing on that pipeline of future business that might not be ready 30 days or less.
Oh, sure.
And, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, and one thing I'll add to that too is I told one of our agents, sometimes I think as a team leader, sometimes you're talking to someone and something random comes in your mind and you say it and then you stop talking and you're like, I don't really know where that came from. But like 3 months later, our one of our agents, he said, "Hey Al, you gave me this analogy about my pipeline and I really loved it." And I'm like, "Oh, what did I say?" And he said, I guess I said this day that you want to think of it like a grocery store, right? So you're the cashier. You have some people that are checking out through
Yeah,
your line. You have some people that are, second or third in the line. And then you have people that are walking into your store and they're shopping through the aisles. Some of them will
yep,
get in your line. Some of them will walk out the store. But you want to
yep,
make sure that your grocery store is filled and everybody is continually getting back in your line.
yeah, and I love that. And at the end of the day, when you're finished with that pitch, they usually will say, well, hey, I would love to learn about the zero down. Hey, good news is I'm your guy. I can negotiate the best deals, find you the best, properties. My lender partner is actually sitting right next to me. I could just transfer you the call right now, and you can have a 5-minute conversation. And hopefully, after that 5 minutes, you get a pre-approval letter, and you and I will go look at homes in the next hour. How's that sound?
Next hour, what are the response? Tell me about the responses because next hour, like that's like you're
Well, no,
on it.
no. Yeah, yeah. But here's the thing. 9 times out of 10, the person's going to say, no, no, I'm too busy, right? Which is okay. But you want to give the client the feeling of what they want, right? So people want instant gratification. They want to know they have that as an ability, right? They want to hear that you can give that, right? Are they going to expect it? 90% of the time, no. But you need to speak in a way that no one else is speaking to them.
I mean, I
Right?
agree. This is definitely a lot different than
And
what
and
we do, other people do.
yeah, well, yeah, you don't want to work. So when at the end of this, I'm going to give you an analogy of the sheep, and you'll love that. But you don't want to work like the rest of the herd, right? You want to be you can be in the herd, but you need to be a little bit different so you're not doing what everybody else does. So I always do the opposite of what everybody else does. But I'll add
Yeah.
something to it so we're kind of doing what they're doing, but we don't do what
Hmm.
everybody else does. We do the opposite. I'll tell you that right now. And at the end, we always ask for the business, win, lose, or draw. They say, you know what, F you. I don't even, who the hell are you? I'm not interested because I had a bad day.
Hmm.
Hey, no problem. Really appreciate your time. As you know, I have a lot of value. Everything I went over with you. Why don't you give me 2 to 3 people's names and numbers and emails that you know could benefit from my services? So we tell people what to do. We don't ask them. We tell them, we direct them,
How
right?
often
So
do you get information? Just curious. Like out of every
every
100.
30 days, every 30 days, you should get two or three referrals from the people that you do this to.
Really?
Yes, if you do this constantly and you ask for the business, you should get two to three referrals that people will give you the information. It will happen. But you have to do it constantly. So think about it. You make 100 calls a day. You have maybe, you should have at least 10 to 20 pickups. So you get 10 to 20 opportunities to set an
Swings of the
appointment.
bat.
Yeah, so if you do that, that's a lot of two to three a month is not that many, right? But it's fucking really good if you close those people, because what do they tell us? They tell us in our coaching, the referrals are like the highest rate close and the best type of client that you could get. So why aren't you asking for the business at the end of every conversation that you have when you're prospecting, right? And if you have the right conversation where you're directing people where you want them to go, it's easier to do the ask. It just is. Now, will people do it? 99% no. And you could just keep on telling them, hey, will I miss and not do it sometimes? Yes. But the more you are consistent in what you're saying and how you're directing, right, then it'll start becoming a habit, right? It'll be a habit. It's the same thing with your lender. Like every time you talk to your lender, hey, how many referrals did you set up for my team this month? How many appointments did you get for them? How many did you get from us? Right? You got 40 this month from us, right? How many did you set for my team? So I think that's really, really important is making sure that you ask for the business at the end. So we did mindset, boom. We did the pitch,
Mm-hmm.
boom. Now it's
Do
let's
I do
talk
the
about
grand finale, the three things?
yeah, now we could talk about the time blocking is important, but mixing in the time blocking is three pillars to work to, which is your faith. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
And if by chance you don't have the faith, then it's at least making time to meditate every day, your family, and then work, right? So family, the important part there is to be present, right? Making sure you can put your phone down, and so when you're having conversations and you're in the mix, you're able to be present. That's real, real important. It's very, very hard with what we do and how many hats we have, but being present is key. And work, we already know what we need to do there, right? But being able to, when you walk away from the work, have the ability to be able to put your phone down so you can be present with the family. Okay. So let's talk about the faith part. So one of the things that I faith and meditation. One of the things that I find really, really important that we get away from is being thankful for what we have and not for the lack that's in our life. Okay, really important. And every morning, three things that you're thankful for. So for those that meditate, put it out to the universe, brothers and sisters. What are you thankful for? That's all good. For me, the good Lord above, I thank him, every day, twice a day, three things that I'm thankful for at that moment. Could be a roof over my head, my health, my family, or the struggles that you put in front of me, because I know you know that I'm strong enough to be able to work through those, right? Because if you didn't think I wasn't, you wouldn't give me the struggles. That's a real thing. And we do that at the end of the day. What are we thankful for? It's really, really important because then that will remove the negative energy, the negative thoughts when we're doing the hard things. The family part is just making time for family. It's really, really important, right? And put the phone down. It's okay. It's 8 o'clock. You don't need to be on the phone anymore. Put it down, shut it down. It'll be there tomorrow. And that was one of the hardest things for me because I always just wanted to go, go, go and get everything done.
I'm
But
guilty. So
it's
guilty.
okay. Yeah, no, it's normal. It's normal because you're excited and you love what you do and it's not work, right? It's a blessing what we get to do, in my opinion. We're blessed, right? We have a different skill set, right? That we can guide and shepherd others.
Oh,
That's a big
yeah.
one.
And I tell people all the time, it's a blessing that God gave us the strengths, abilities, and talents to put the CRM together, put the IDX together, figure out how the leads go through, and then
Yeah.
share the abundance with other agents. Because
Yeah.
the hardest part is actually not most real estate agents. unpopular opinion, are actually pretty good real estate agents. Like the part of like opening up the door, writing the contract, and having
Yeah.
good customer service. Most are pretty
Yeah.
good if you're in the industry over 2 years, because otherwise you're out and you have another job. But
Yep.
like the hardest part is getting in front of the person. And so like we were blessed with the ability to figure out how to get other people in front of the person and with the
Yep.
ability to help train in on those on their strengths. And so we talk about that a lot, a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I love what you're saying, and I agree. I think that's really, really important. Okay, let's talk about work and time blocking. So work, okay? Work is the last.
Okay.
I know I say it's the last part, and everybody's like, "That's the first thing." Well, yeah, it is. To make money, it is, but you got to make the time for the other two always. So work is interesting. If you don't time block, you'll feel like you're in a hamster wheel spinning nonstop, and that you can never step away. And that's for agents, that's for team leaders, lenders, everything. So I ask everyone on my team to time block to make time for what I call money making activities and being really, really locked in on it. And again, for me, and this is always the hardest thing for me, it still is to this day, is to be okay that people just aren't going to do it because they're okay with where they're at right now. And me as a team leader, I got to meet them where they're at and coach them up to get them where they told me they want to go.
Their own individual definition of success. Because I realized that my
Yes,
definition and someone else's definition, and
way
sometimes,
different. And that's okay. That's okay because that's where you're at right now. Okay.
yep.
So our time blocking the day in the life is kind of interesting. So we have good deviation, bad deviation, right? We know what bad deviation is. I'm gonna go out with the boys and get drunk and be silly, waste my time. Bad deviation is, doing things that aren't gonna either better the faith, the family, or the work,
Correct.
right?
If it's not going towards the mission, it's a no for me.
And sometimes here's the thing, and sometimes the deviation can happen, and that's okay, just as long as you get back to what you committed to for time to the time blocking. Okay, so day in the life of an agent and for lenders on my team, it's 8 to 11, 12 to 1, 1 to 3, 3 to 6. And we put activities into those blocks that have been committed to. Okay. So 8 to 11, the first 2 hours we prospect, 8 to 10. Okay. 10 to 11, we pit. So people inbox tasks and we work our smart lists. Okay. If we don't get it done by that 11 o'clock, we're moving on to the next thing because 12 to 1, we got to take a break.
Yep.
And everybody can take whatever break they want, how they want to take it. They can. I go outside. I'm like a dog, and I walk around the office for a bit. Get outside. I just do. I have to. I want longevity. I want to be able to keep on working at a high level for, some years still. So 12 to 1, I'll get out. Okay. 1 to 3, it's interesting. We have trainings that we do that people can plug into, unless it's like a new agent onboarding. They have certain trainings that they're going to do. So we have training and follow up. So follow up could be, responding to texts or emails. Follow up could be sending homes out. Follow up can go back into our smart list if we didn't finish it out. That's okay, right? After that, it's 3 to 6,
Yep.
and it's rinse and repeat from 8 to 10. So what we also try to do is make sure that we are working our inbox zero twice. So we do at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. So if we don't get all of our calls in like we wanted to, maybe we deviated a little bit. Okay, well, let's get that 2 hours in. Let's make sure we lock in. And from 3 to 5, let's get those calls back in. And if we have really big aspirations and goals as an agent, probably should be putting 4 hours in. And that's why we mix it up where we get 2 hours in the beginning, two
Hmm.
hours in at the end of the day. Um, and when you hear this time blocking, you're like, well, where in the heck do I show houses? Where do I go meet a client and do a buyer consultation? Good question. That's good deviation. It's okay. That's why you map out everything you do and you put it in your calendar, and you can deviate and put other appointments in, right? But that's money making activities. So you don't have any appointments today, Johnny. So why are you trying to block time out to do appointments? And the reason why people
Correct.
do that, the reason why they do that is so they can say, well, I have this day full already, so I can't make calls. Well, no, it's not full. If it becomes full, that's good deviation. So go do your thing, but lock in on what your commitment is, because that commitment is going towards your goal. And I can show you the path. I can show you the way. I can't make all the calls for you. I'll still do it. I dial with the team at today. It might not happen because it's already 8,
That's
but
okay.
I
It's
dial with
11 our time.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah, there you go. But I dial with my I'm in at 8 o'clock. I dial. I prospect. My commitment is to prospect. I need to prospect. Honestly, I've put it on myself. I need to call 2 hours a day to agents. I need to
Yep.
call, leave messages, send texts and emails for 2 hours. And then I need to prospect with my team for 2 hours in front of them. I need to show them that you can do this, and set them appointments and then follow up with them on those appointments. Um, okay, so that's the that's the 3 items, right? The
Okay.
3 items to stay focused on: your faith, meditation,
Yep.
family, work, time blocking, but time blocking on the bare minimums that are going to get you to where you want to go, and good deviation, bad deviation. Okay. So now this is
I'm gonna have to cut you off. We've run out of time.
oh, did we? I got one more. Can I
Okay,
give you
what?
one more?
Yeah.
Two more, sorry. So I talked about sheep, right?
Yep.
So before I do that, I want to talk about why. So we do have to have a why that we work towards. Okay, so 6 years ago, I had a lot of things that happened in my life, and I wasn't certain of what my purpose was.
Hmm.
Like I'm a killer when it comes to real estate. I can get people that never thought they could do anything, and they can become great, right? But I didn't know what my purpose was, and so was spending a lot of time praying and like, why am I here? What is the reason for me to be here? And good Lord decided just to smack me up in the head and gave me my purpose and my why. And my purpose and my why is to shepherd others in the Lord's eyes, right? So it's my job and to understand that people come to me for a reason. It's just not but because of my marketing or random. It's the good Lord says, you know what? This personality, they have actually things happening in their lives, and they will become amazing with your tutelage, but you need to be with them during this journey. And so I look at my job as not a job, but now I am a shepherd to direct and help guide people during this time that they're with me, and 100% make them better than when they came. So when they go out of the flock and they go back out into the world, they're better people. And that's my why. So let's talk about the last two things. Sorry, these are important.
I love it.
One is the herd. I talked about sheep, right? And here's the mentality for me and how I kind of direct my team. So when people come to me, or like even when I'm talking with you, we are usually working within a herd, right? We have a herd of other sheep that we're kind of following and doing and blah, 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 right? So the way that I kind of coach and train to this is we're all in this herd. But the mentality you need to have is that you are in the herd, but you're a wolf in sheep's clothing. And so the way that you move and work and what you do, right, in your competition with the other sheep will directly reflect how you're going to either kill the other sheep and win, or just keep on walking through the herd going in circles, right? So you need to take the coaching and training direction so you can pull yourself out of that herd, right? And be able to win with the processes and the systems that we teach and coach to. That's the aggressive part of my mentality. The other thing is, and this is important because I gave you a couple of things. So if you were somebody on my team and I was coaching you, I would tell you again, I would say, Allie, can you draw a circle for me? So I don't know if you have a pen or paper, but I would say draw a circle. And then I would ask you, after you draw that circle, I want you to draw a bunch of stick figures in that circle. Okay? Because I'm kind of going over everything that I gave you, all of the
Mm-hmm.
information, these three things are super powerful, right? And dependent upon what you do with them will directly reflect what's going to happen next and what I'm going to ask you to do. I want you to now draw a stick figure on top of the circle, Allie. And I'm going to ask you to look at that. And what do you see? What do you see right now with all the stick figures inside the circle and one outside in your mind? What do you see? And I'm going to ask
Well,
you, like, think, yeah, what do you see?
the stick figure. Now remember, I went to school for graphic design, so it's like my mind's a little crazy. Um, the stick figure's on top of the circle, or he's outside of the circle.
You have stick figures inside, and I
Yep.
just had you draw one on top of the circle.
He's standing on top of everybody else.
Okay, I love it. So now how I want you to think about this is everything that we just went over and the directives I just gave you, dependent upon what you do with those and how you implement those on a daily basis, is gonna now take a pencil and start taking that circle and going around. It will directly reflect how fast you're going to run around your competition because I put you on a track, Allie. That
Oh, I
stick figures
see.
you. Yeah, that stick figures you. And then everybody else is your competition. But I just pulled you out of your competition, right? So you're no longer with the other sheep, right? You're now a wolf up top on this circle, and you might be in sheep's clothing, but however you implement what I just taught you and what I've been guiding you towards, what I gave you, will directly reflect how quickly you can run around your competition. So you got to decide how fast you want to run. And that's how I end it.
There you go. Mic
Let's go
drop.
kill it.
I love it. I was wondering, I'm like, where is he going with this? Got it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
People,
there.
people, people are visuals, and so we do a lot of drawings. I've got 8 to 10 whiteboards in my office, and I do a lot of drawings and I do a lot of analogies where people can visually see it because some people need to hear it, see it, do it
Yep.
when they learn. And it's really, really important that for me to be able to visit that to make sure that the information I give them, the gifts, they're gifts. They're gifts from the wars that I've been in, being a hardhead, not being willing to be coached or anything, until recently.
Good self-reflection.
Yep, self-reflect, and that's okay because I've told myself I was ready to submit and do the hard so I can become better to then give back to my team and to my family. So that's what I got for you. I hope it was helpful. And
Yes, I loved it. We're gonna have to you back because you have so much gold, and I know you're even holding back. There are more things that you could definitely talk about, and I appreciate you so much for coming on the show, and I hope to see you soon.
yep, you got it. Thank you.
Thanks.